There's an elk antler right there. All of these trees are shredded. That has to be an elk.
Whoa, bear track.
I can't shoot through this brush. Oh my God. There's a whole herd over there. That was a bull. Is that an elk? Oh my God. What's going on, guys? We're out here today, and today we are not deer hunting. I know I tricked you with the orange, but we're not deer hunting. So as you guys may know, in the past couple of videos, which took place like 3 months ago now, by the way, I'm trying to be quiet because we're in an area right now. There are people hunting. That's also why I'm wearing orange. Yeah, if you guys remember, the last time I was elk hunting, you know, when I broke my arrow, didn't shoot an elk, and I found elk. Yeah, that was pretty bad luck. We actually set up a camera, and I haven't checked that camera, and it's a wireless camera, but there's no signal up in here, so there's no way for me to check it without going to it. So can you guess what we're doing today? We're going to it. Now, actually, we ran into a hunter on the way in here, and he said that he didn't see any elk in here. He saw deer and stuff, which that doesn't matter to us because we're not deer hunting. But he said that there were elk in here, but he thinks they're on the other side of the mountain now. And if you guys know, whenever I went elk hunting, video's up in the top right, whichever way's right. The camera makes it confusing. So in that video, we went all the way back up in this mountain, and I hiked for like, I think it was 8 miles or something. It was a lot, and I actually didn't see anything, but that is where he thinks the elk are now. So we may have to go back up in there and try to find something, but hopefully there's still something up in this like little holler here. So let's go ahead and head up that way. Well, that's still here. And down there's a field. I didn't even see it last time. All this greenery was on the leaves and couldn't even see that, but there's a field. There's a trail right through there. So here's the thicket. Right up there is where the camera is. It's on the other side of that. It's a little easier to see now because there's no leaves covering the ground. That looks like good bedding grounds over there. Oh yeah, it's like low-lying brush. Which, you know, of course it was here last time, I just didn't notice it. I think we're getting close to where it's at. We may try to relocate it too. That way we can actually check it without, you know, having to come all the way over here. I think I just saw something up there. Maybe not. Oh yeah, we're getting close now. Don't stab me. Now there's a path going right through there now. Probably a deer trail, but you know, hopefully it's an elk. Oh yeah, this is covered. Right here there's a bunch of trails going back and forth. Definitely ain't four-wheeler. Let's see if we can find the camera now. I'm thinking it's right over there. There's another trail right here. It splits off and goes that way. And there's one that comes all the way around here. Oh, I see it. There it is. Looks like it's sideways. Look at that, guys. And right here, there's a bedding area right here. Looks like there may be more over there. But yeah, well, moment of truth, guys. Let's see if we got anything. All right. It's like if I dropped this. We have nothing on the camera. Wow. Well, that was a big letdown, but at least we can move the camera now, and maybe we can find us a spot that actually has signal and make it a little bit easier. And you know, maybe we won't go, it's been 3 months without knowing that something's not right. Yeah, because that kind of sucks. So we actually do have beds though, which we knew that last time we was here. So there are still elk in the area, it seems like, but the camera's not working. Which is the same thing that happened when I was deer hunting, except, you know, I didn't shoot a deer. Unless I did. This video, it's recorded before deer season ends. So I don't know. Before we go too far, I'm gonna try to go around this little area here with the camera, see if we can find a place with better signal so we can use it wirelessly. And I actually didn't bring batteries. I know, shocking, right? So I have to run down and get some batteries real quick for the camera if it doesn't have any charge in it. And even if I do find an area right in here with signal, then we still may have to do that. So I don't know, let's see what we can do. Here's a good trail. There's a rabbit. Scared me to death. But yeah, the guy that I talked to on the way up that I was telling you guys about, he actually said that he elk hunted here in 2008. He shot a bull elk on the other side of this hill, like over there. And he also said that back in this area, you could see like 50 of them at a time sometimes. So we should be in a pretty good area, which I kind of already knew we was in a decent area because we found some pretty good sign. So now we just got to find them. Here's a big open area. Ooh, we got some tracks. Let's see what this is. It looks like something big. That looks like a deer or an elk to me. It's kind of hard to tell. It's kind of deformed. Oh yeah, that's a bed area. It looks like.
There's another one over there. There might be one against that little shrub tree or whatever. I can't tell from here, but this and that one's definitely.
It looks like there is. That looks like some kind of a deer. It's pretty big. I bet that's an elk. Some more right in there. It's hard to tell what they are because it's so dry. Oh yeah, that's an elk track right there. And there's a watering hole. I bet they're drinking out of it. So that means there are elk here recently. Like that's probably less than a week old. May not be many, but we only need one. So there's some kind of a track. Hard to tell what it is. Another water hole. Well guys, from the way it looks, there are still elk in the area. So maybe that guy, he just didn't see any. You know, he is on a four-wheeler. He might not have come up in here. Oh yeah, this is a heavily traveled trail. Probably where they're coming in through. They probably go up here around the mountain, and that's probably where they're grazing at. And this is their bedding area where it's like a thicket. Yeah, I guarantee you this is where they're going in through the woods at. Right there, there's a tree that's beat up. Let's go look at that. This could be a deer scrape, but it also could very well be an elk scrape. Hold up, I know what you're thinking. That's not a scrape, okay? I know that. I've always got the names mixed up. A scrape is like what they do in the dirt. In fact, I'll just make one real quick and show you. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. And then there'll usually be a tree branch. Oh, look at that. There's a tree branch. That's called the licking stick, except that's not actually the licking stick. Yeah, those are actually called rubs. Anyway, back to the video. It's a little bit older. If it was a deer scrape, the deer, they were probably scraping around late October, September. So what they were scraping, it should still be like real soft and white. But you can see this is a little bit older. And I'm pretty sure elk scraped like a month or so before deer do. Like back in August, they were probably scraping on these trees, getting the velvet off their antlers. So it would make sense that this is a elk scrape, even though it's a little bit smaller, but it could just be a small elk too. If you guys remember in the last video, I went around this way, so they're probably going up there and following that road around to the other side, and that's probably where they're eating at, and then they're coming back through here in this thicket and bedding down. So I think this area is still good, and I don't really see any point in going around that side right now. Let's just see if we can get this camera to work now. Oh, look right here. We got droppings. It's kind of fresh. Yeah, that's just a deer. Never mind. The edges of this have been eaten. I think elk might do that. I know deer do it. I wonder if elk do it too. It's kind of brave eating a thorn bush. So yeah, those droppings, they may be from a deer, but at the same time, we found a giant elk track over here. That's definitely not from a deer. So there are still elk here. So now for the camera, the sun comes up on that side. So there's east, west. We need to be facing north with the camera if possible, or at least have it in some shade. There's something in here. That's a big track right here. I see it. There's how it come down at. It's bigger than a deer. Oh yeah, there it is. So it come in. Let's see which way it faces. It's probably, oh, okay, yeah. So there's the water hole. It's probably coming in this way, getting some water, and then going back that way. Which also makes it seem like they may be feeding on that hill instead of this one. Because if they was feeding on that hill, there's ponds up there. There's no reason for them to come all the way down here unless they're up here. So they may not be over on that side where we checked out last time. Either way, they are still coming in here. So let's check out this tree over here and see if we can put a camera on it. I think we can get us a camera right here. We'll just break a couple of these branches off. I think that'll be good. Let's just see if we got signal for it though. Oh, that's sharp. Yeah, that's a pretty good angle there. I mean, this tree's gonna be gone because it's gonna be on this, but you can see all the way where they're coming in at, it looks like right in here, all the way over to the other side of that tree. And on the other side of this tree, there's a bunch of brush, so we wouldn't see that anyway. I think that'll be good if we got signal here. Oh, this hurts. There's so many thorns right in my side right now. All right, we will angle this a little bit, but let's first see if we have any signal. And I don't see a lot on it. I think the battery's dead. Look at this, guys. I just found this. Look at that. I don't see any tracks. Could have been a deer. I'd say it's a deer because that's pretty low. Bull elk's going to be about right here. So I'd say that's a big deer, but daggone. Oh, here's another right here. That's also a deer. That's too low for an elk, but that's still... Deer track. Whoa. There's an antler. There's an elk antler right there. There's an elk shed, guys. Oh my God. Look at this. Oh my God. That is awesome. Oh, wow. The camera's right over there. I can't believe we found an elk shed. Well, I'm definitely getting that. I don't know how. This tree is like, it's jammed in between it. It grew up in it or something. I don't even know how it got there. That's an old one, I guess. Oh yeah, it's jammed in there. I'll have to pull down the branch or something. And then I'll try to pull this big one here.
Yeah, it'll work out, I believe, just like this. Now pull this one back. She definitely got her jammed in there.
Yeah, I'm surprised. It might have even grew that way. I don't know. I don't see it lasting that long just sitting there though, because usually possums will eat them up. So it's at least from like January or February. Could be even longer.
Now, which way do I need to turn? This way?
Yeah, it comes. There we go. That's a 5, ain't it? It's a 5 by something. That's a nice one. He ain't small. God, that ain't a small elk. Ain't no monster, but he's a good one. I'll take that any day. I would shoot a spike or a cow too, so that's not saying nothing.
This one would go to this side, wouldn't it? Like that.
That's a decent sized elk. Yeah, usually like possums and chipmunks will eat them. That ain't got nothing on it. No bite marks, so it may even be from like January, but I don't know, maybe a bull just got mad and like rammed the tree or something and got it stuck. Well, I guess let's go to the camera now. Yeah, I guess that like 100% confirms that there are elk here. It was here at least January. It may have been the January or February before, but there have been elk here. All right, let's put some new batteries in this camera and hopefully get something on camera. And also, you know, like have signal. I'll just get those in a second. All right, so it is on. Let's see if it picks up any signal here. So we've got an orange status. I don't think that's the darkest it'll go. So I think we do have a little bit of signal here. So I'm gonna close it up and then we'll let it set for a minute and see if it works. All right, that should have picked it up. So here's the most recent picture. That one's from my other camera, which is also dead, by the way. And yeah, it worked apparently. It does say that it's got 0% signal, so that's not good, but at least we are getting pictures, so it is working a little bit. So I think we're gonna try to move the antenna around and see if that fixes it. Let's try pointing it that way. See what that does. It's got an orange signal. It should be taking pictures now. Okay, it says we got a picture. So I think just about any way here will work. It's just taking a while to register it. All right, it's orange. All right, it should be set. And I think we got it. There we go. See what the percentage is saying now on the, okay, we got 25%. We can work with that. Let's see if we can clear some of these branches away from it. Yeah, I bet that'll give it some better signal there. So there we go, camera set. Now just a quick analysis of where I could sit at. So right now I don't really know exactly where the elk are coming from, but if I had to guess, they're coming off of this mountain here, right through this brush and back in this holler and right through here. Could be getting some water if they're nearby feeding. So they're probably not going to be coming from this way unless they've been bedded down. So I think actually right where the camera's sitting would be a good spot to sit, or like maybe back in this right here might be a good spot, because this side right here I'm going to be blocked by this. Nothing's going to want to come through here most likely, and I'm blocked on this side. So if it's going to come through here, it's got to go right out there, and that's right in my shooting lane. So I actually think sitting right there would be a good spot, and then we got the camera right there. Actually getting pictures this time too. So I guess let's head out of here before it gets dark. Yeah, there's a main trail right through here, so I think that's going to be good right there. So I walked right through here the last time I was up here, and I walked right by that antler and didn't know it. So that's kind of cool. Here's two bones. I don't know if that's two though. It looks more like a deer than a elk. There's a deer or something over in here. Oh, it's a squirrel. That's a lot bigger than Tank's antler. Yes, there's a bike in here. It's a long story. Also, here's the arrow that cost our last hunt. So guys, scouting went not bad. We got an elk antler, so that's always good. Got the camera set up, so we are good there. We have pictures coming in. Hopefully we get something in the area. And did I mention that elk season is like this weekend coming? It's 6 days until elk season. So that's exciting, I guess, except for the fact that we haven't found an actual elk yet. But we are doing pretty good. Hopefully by that time, we will have an elk on the camera. And I'll actually see you guys in a couple of days, and I'll show you right before the season what we've got on the camera, because we have it wireless now, so I don't have to come over here to check it. So I'll see you guys in like 1 second, but actually 4 days. Not the best, but you know what? If that's the heart, that's still a dead elk. Whoa, what the heck? Okay, I guess I'll fix that later or something. Also, that shot was really far away. I was standing right here on the other side of this brush. It's about 50 yards, so it wasn't terrible. Welcome back, guys. It has been, I'll give you a hint. It's the day before elk season. So here we are, exactly 3 months. Okay, it's not exact. It's about 3 months since we started the last elk hunt. Yeah, that didn't go too well now, did it? Luck just was not on our side. The only day we found an elk was the day that the season ended. Broke the arrow, couldn't find any that I could buy anywhere. So that kind of ended our season out in a bad way, but we did know where elk were. So let's go ahead and check our camera that we set up last week. I think it was a week ago. So just like last time, whenever we was doing the camera stuff, you know what I mean? I did kind of glance through some of the pictures just to make sure it was working right and everything was good, but I haven't saw all of the pictures. And I will say what I've saw so far, there are no elk, but like I said, I haven't looked through them all. So let's go ahead and check them out. So here's when we were setting up the camera, still setting it up. That was, I think, as we were leaving. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was probably just wind or something. I was still adjusting the camera settings there. Now, all of these is pretty much just nothing. Ooh, okay, here we go. First knot. I think it was the first knot. Yep, first knot. We have a doe, it looks like, walking through. Yeah, there she is again. And here's her face. That's definitely a deer, not an elk. All right, back this way. So far, we got a deer, which, you know, I can shoot one of those right now, too. Okay, here's another doe. Deer. We actually got a lot of pictures. Oh, okay. Ooh, look at that. Heck yeah, that's a nice buck, but not really. Okay, there's a deer. It looks like a deer that's running. It might not be a deer. I don't know. All right, and that is, okay, that was yesterday, I think. Yeah, that was yesterday, so we're getting pretty close. And so far, there hasn't been anything come through, which if there isn't, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's kind of a bad thing, but it's not like a bad sign. It would, of course, suck if we got nothing on here, but that doesn't mean there are no elk. Okay, yeah, there's another deer. All right, and that is right now, yeah, right now it's 5, so that was just a few hours ago, and there's the last one. So at least the camera's working. We've got that on our side. So like I said, it does suck that we haven't got anything on camera, but not the worst sign in the world. I mean, the worst sign would be like I don't know, a poacher or something running through, shooting it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's not that big of a deal right now. We definitely have sign of elk in that area. Like, I mean, the tracks for sure, they looked like elk tracks. They were pretty fresh. And then, you know, we found an elk shed, so that's definitely elk. There's no getting around that. That's an elk. Now, it was there a while ago because they haven't dropped their antlers since, yeah, I don't know when. I just know it wasn't recent. But that does mean there are elk in the area and they're moving through there at some point, which also means that there has to be elk somewhere nearby, because I'm like 99% sure those are elk tracks. Those look nothing like deer tracks, besides, you know, the fact that they look exactly like deer tracks, just bigger. A lot bigger though. But yeah, based on my understanding of elk, they could be somewhere in that huge piece of land. In fact, I'm gonna check real quick and see how big that piece of land actually is. Okay, I'm gonna like cover all the names and stuff here. But yeah, you can see it is, and this is just the part that I can hunt on, is 3,000 acres. That's pretty big. 3,600, that's even closer to 400 or 4,000. Math is hard. And that's just the part we can hunt on. The elk, they don't have to stay on the boundary. They can go wherever they want to. Surrounding that area, there's like probably double that amount of land. So the elk, they have plenty of room to roam. We have a camera that's sitting in like a tiny field, probably as big as this target range at most, on the part you can actually see with the camera, which is like 70 yards. That definitely does not rule that area out of the question, especially since I'm going to be using elk calls. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just an elk call. But that should help bring something into the area, or at least help locate it if we don't find something right off the bat. Now, I know this is how the last season, which was actually the same season, it was just the first week, 2 weeks. Oh my God, I'm confused. Anyway, the first time I went elk hunting, that segment of days, it started off the same way. Like, I had a camera out, didn't see nothing. Still had hope, I guess you could say. And there was nothing there. And I know it seems like we're starting this season off the same way, but it's not. We actually have proof that there's elk in the area. From what I've heard, the herds there are not small. And we found an elk shed, so we really can't get much better proof than that there's elk there. The only better proof would, you know, be seeing one. Or a DNA test of the droppings, but that's a little bit overcomplicated, you know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully tomorrow we get out there and we actually at least see an elk, and hopefully even shoot one. That would be the cherry on the cake. Or cherry, no, it's the cherry on top. It's the icing on, you know what I mean. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know by leaving a like, a comment, and subscribing. And if you guys have been liking the elk series, let me know, because it seems like it's about to get a lot more interesting. I'll just say that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Just to clarify, the video's not going to be out tomorrow, the day after this is, you know, uploaded. It takes a long time to make videos, in case you haven't noticed.